And now is a prime time for you to be able to truly accelerate your wealth and accelerate your financial situation. You know, I would say that most Americans, if they could just earn $100,000 a year, that's probably more money than most people would need. What's up, you guys? Happy July 5th. This is your stimulus check update. This is your second stimulus check update for July 5th, Sunday. I know it's a late one, a little bit late in the day, but I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a quick update. There's several things I wanted to cover. Aside from stimulus checks, I wanted to cover that the taxes are due. Federal taxes are due on July 15th. This was actually pushed back by the IRS. There has recently been some talk that the IRS taxes may actually get pushed back additionally beyond July 15th due date. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on if the IRS decides to go ahead and push that due date beyond July 15th. I think they were talking about potentially as late as September. So, but that's not official yet. Regarding the second stimulus update, there's a $500 per dependent stimulus check that is going to be going out in July. And I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of it. I covered this in a previous video, but a lot of you guys have not seen that. I've seen comments and mention or requests regarding the dependent credits that you guys have not received, meaning like, you know, the CARES Act, the $2.2 trillion CARES Act that was passed back in March, allowed individuals to get, you know, a $1,200 stimulus check, as well as $500 per dependent under the age of 17. But a lot of people, they got their stimulus checks. And of course, there's a lot of people who didn't get their stimulus checks as well. But there's a lot of people who did not get their stimulus credit for their dependents, which was the $500. And I can't tell you how many comments and questions that I've received about that. So basically, a little bit later in this video, I'm going to cover exactly how you can get your $500 for your dependent if you happen to fall in the category of people who did not receive your $500 per dependent. So that could be up to $1,500. Because I believe it maxes out at 3 dependents for the $500 per dependent. PPP loan extensions, I'm going to cover that. That they extend. They've been extended out till August the 8th, as well as the PUA unemployment benefits. They are retroactive. I want to make sure I cover that. And the last thing is a little bit of a shift. It's related to multiple streams of income. A lot of you guys have asked me questions about how to generate multiple streams of income, but we're in a unique situation where, you know, with the whole virus and the quarantine and everything going on, that a lot of people are spending a lot more time at home. And while this is has been seen by many people as pretty, you know, negative, it's not really a good thing. And obviously people getting sick is not a good thing. And, you know, I totally get that, but it presents some unique opportunities. So I definitely wanted to touch base on what those unique opportunities are, so that you can hopefully take advantage of those. I've taken advantage of some unique opportunities that presented themselves to me back in the 2008 recession. And I thought it was really interesting how, you know, here we are in, you know, 2020, and, you know, we're on the cusp. We're really in a recession now, but it's not officially a recession because you have to have 2 full quarters of you know, declining GDP for, you know, a definitive recession to be called. But nonetheless, you know, we're in a situation where, you know, the economy has certainly been impacted, and, you know, there's a lot of people who are hurting. There are a lot of people who are out of work. There are a lot of people who can't find new work. So, you know, I started this personal finance channel months ago, and, you know, I'm incredibly passionate about personal finance, and my whole goal is to share information with you guys that can help you forward your financial futures in the proper direction. Ultimately, I believe that everyone can achieve some degree of financial freedom. And, you know, my goal is to help as many people achieve that dream as quickly as possible. But anyway, so let's quickly jump into the stimulus updates regarding the $500 dependents, right? So basically, I'll give you a really quick rundown. The IRS has basically advised, when the CARES Act was passed back in March, that individuals who earned, I believe it was less than $12,000 per year, and married couples who earned less than $24,000 per year, they would have to file a simple tax return in order to get their $500 dependent paycheck, when they were sending out the stimulus checks. Now, IRS got a lot of backlash on that. And, because a lot of those people who earn those levels of income were typically not required to file a tax return. So, it was just creating more work for people that normally wouldn't have to file. Long story short, they said, okay, you know what, you guys don't have to file. Just submit a non-filer tool. Use the non-filer tool to be able to get your $500 stimulus check credit for your dependents. Now, unfortunately, that information didn't get out to everyone who needed to file. And on top of that, many people who found out too late. And of course, there was a deadline for when you needed to fill out the non-filer tool. So a lot of you guys on SSI, SSDI may not have gotten your additional $500 tax credit for your children. So, basically, the IRS has confirmed, in fact, it was actually the IRS commissioner. He confirmed that the IRS, it was like, hey, it was my bad, it's our bad. We understand the problem. And at first the IRS was saying that the stimulus checks that didn't go out for the dependents, the $500 credits, would not go out until 2021, which is really unfortunate. It's really unfair for anyone who didn't receive their dependents stimulus check payment, the $500. So they received some backlash again on that. And it's like, why should people have to wait a whole year in order to get the $500 or more? Because, let's just say you have three dependents. That could be $1,500 that you're missing out on, and through no fault of your own. So basically, the IRS had a change of heart, and they're now basically saying, hey, we're gonna make this right. We're gonna get these payments out to people. And so now they're saying that they have actually confirmed that by the end of July, so here we are, July 5th, they're gonna get a second round of stimulus checks out to people who they can find who were qualifying for the additional $500 dependent credit. Now, here's a caveat to that. Their records something happened with their records, and basically a representative from the IRS has said that we've lost some information, but we're going to do our best to find out who qualified for the additional $500 per dependent stimulus tax credit, right, or stimulus check. So basically, two things happen here. One, there was a deadline to enter your information into the non-filer tax tool on the IRS website. You had to have completed that by April 22nd. So if you happen to have completed that, great. The second thing, you had to make sure that you had completed it by April 22nd. So I don't know if you guys know when you might have filed it, but if you did and you didn't receive your $500 stimulus check, hopefully yours should be on the way by the end of July. And if you happen to receive one, I'd love to hear from you guys. Drop me a comment below if you happen to get one of those checks from the IRS that we are expecting. Secondly, if you did not enter your information into the non-filer tax tool before the deadline, which was April 22nd, then the IRS said, hey, we're going to do our best to take care of those people as well, but we're not going to guarantee when they're going to get their money. So based on that response, I think it's a good chance that, maybe you'll get your money just a little bit after those who are receiving theirs in July. We'll see how that plays out. I will definitely share additional updates with you guys as that situation unfolds. We already covered the taxes that are due on the 15th. So EIDL, a lot of people are asking me about the EIDL grant and, how do I get the grant? So basically, there's a $1,000 up to $10,000 EIDL grant that is available for small businesses, independent contractors. This money is available for so many different people. The qualifications or the eligibility was actually expanded for this, because believe it or not, the EIDL loan program was actually available before the CARES Act. But what they did was they expanded the eligibility requirements so that more people could qualify for it. And then, now there's a grant. And so basically, whenever you apply for the EIDL loan, you can actually qualify for getting the grant. Now, the grant would enable you to get up to $1,000 per employee, up to 10 employees. So $10,000 in grant money if you happen to have 10 employees. And there's some requirements and so forth, but basically, even if you're a sole proprietor, independent contractor, you got some kind of side hustle, I don't know what you might do. Maybe you detail cars, maybe you cut hair, maybe you're a hairdresser. Actually, I had a hairdresser in my recent video comment. She was asking about how to get the EIDL grant. So hopefully she's watching this video right now. You literally just jump on SBA.gov's website. I'll leave a link below of this video. And essentially, you just click apply. And even sole proprietors, even if you don't have like a business license, you can still apply for this grant. And this grant it doesn't have to be repaid. It confirms it on the SBA website. You can read it for yourself that the $1,000 up to $10,000 EIDL grants do not have to be repaid. So it's literally free money. And so, even if you have, you have a sole proprietor business and you don't officially have a business name, like you don't have, maybe your business is not official. And so let's just say hypothetically, you cut grass and you don't even have a name for your company. You can use your social security number and your name to apply for the loan. So I just want to make sure that you guys are fully aware of these options that are available to you guys, because you don't want to leave any free money on the table. And this is definitely, in my opinion, this is some free money here. So sorry about that. My phone's a little bouncy right now. Okay, there we go. That should be better. Okay. All right, so the other thing I wanted to cover, two more things. I wanted to cover the PUA unemployment insurance benefits. These benefits are set to expire at the end of this month. July 31st is going to be the end of the PUA unemployment benefits, which pays up to $600 or pays an additional $600 for those who are unemployed at this time. Now, what I want to let you know is that these are retroactive benefits. A lot of you guys don't know, but here you go. Retroactive benefits. So even if you apply today and your financial hardship started back in, I don't know, May, you could get paid back from May up until today, and then they'll keep paying you $600 going forward. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Another thing, with regard to unemployment, a lot of you guys have not been applying for unemployment even though your hours have been cut back. I want you to know that if your hours have been cut back, if you've been laid off, if you've been, the company shut down, you guys, you don't have to be entirely unemployed to qualify for the unemployment benefits. So get your money up, by applying for these unemployment benefits. They're here to help you. So what I would do, if my hours got cut, if I was on commission and, I'm making less money because people aren't coming into the store, even if your hours didn't get cut, you're on commission and you're making less money because there's fewer customers coming in. Hey, you're economically impacted. So you can go apply to get your unemployment insurance. And because of the CARES Act, you can actually not be fully unemployed, but still collect unemployment insurance, which is really, really awesome. So for those of you guys who don't know, go ahead and get that done. Every state has a Department of Labor that you can reach out to, and you just apply. Okay. Now, The different rules that they will imply, or the different rules will apply differently from state to state, but just reach out to your local state Department of Labor and apply, because a lot of you guys are going to qualify for this and you're leaving money on the table. So, my job is to make you guys aware of, where you're leaving money on the table and what you can do about it. All right. So the last thing I wanted to cover is, taking advantage of this time where either A, you're not working, B, you're just spending a whole lot more time at home, and now is a prime time for you to be able to truly accelerate your wealth and accelerate your financial situation. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Guys, drop me a comment below if you're getting any kind of value out of this video. Smash the like button if you haven't already. My channel is about personal finance, investing, how to make more money, how to generate multiple streams of income. If you're into any of that, please do me a favor, smash the like button, consider subscribing to the channel. But anyway, this is a massive opportunity right now that so many people are passing up on, right? So many people have thought in their minds, oh, one day I'd like to start a business. Oh, one day I'd like to make more money. One day I'd like to generate multiple streams of income. Okay? There may not be another opportunity like there is right now for you to have the time to literally strategize the execution of your business plan. Build that business plan. Write it out. Who's your target market? Who do you want to serve? What product or service do you want to provide to people, right? Build that plan out now, right? For those of you guys who are working who don't want to start a business, right? For those of you guys who are working who don't want to start a business, now's a prime time for you to be looking at your careers and be thinking about, hey, what's the next level up? How do I get to that next level? How do I make more money, right? What I used to do, and I'm gonna just share this with you guys, what I used to do in my industry is I would look at jobs that I don't qualify for right now, that paid more money than I was currently earning. I would look at the jobs that I would one day like to be able to work in and be qualified for, and start writing down, hey, what kind of qualifications are they looking for so that I could one day land that higher paying job. Most people have a six-figure income. Most people want or a six-figure income target. So I would say that most Americans, if they could just earn $100,000 a year, that's probably more money than most people would need. Now, granted, there's people who make way more than that, but the average person would probably do just fine if you made 100 grand a year. So what I would do is I'd be looking at jobs in my industry that paid in that ballpark of income where I want to earn. And then I'd start looking at, okay, what skills do I have now that currently make me qualify for this particular position? Next, I'd be looking at what skills don't I have and experiences don't I have that prevent me from being able to qualify for this position. And in many cases, I would look for opportunities where I was currently working to try to learn those new skills. And B, or two, I would then start seeking out education, certifications, whatever the case may be, licensing, whatever it is, so that I can slowly but surely increase my ability to qualify for these opportunities for me to be able to one day earn $100,000 per year. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you got some value out of this. My phone is literally about to die and people keep calling my phone, so I apologize for the interruptions. If you guys got any value out of this video, drop me a comment below. Consider subscribing to the Facebook group, which I'll drop a link below if you guys want to join the Facebook family. Like this video if you liked it. If you didn't, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and God bless.